Greece won the European Championship in 2004, surprising the world by winning host nation Portugal on the final. Let's see how the career of each player went after the success of 2004 and if there is still any active player. Antonis Nikopoulos. One of the most valuable players of Greece during the whole competition. When the European Championship finished, he moved from Panathinaikos to fierce rival Olympiacos and won 5 championships and 3 cups. He retired in 2011 with Olympiacos at the age of 40. Yugos Satoridis. He moved to Champions League winners Porto after his amazing performances, and after just 1 season he was sold to Dynamo Moscow for €10 million. He never managed to settle in Russia and he was sold to Atletico Madrid for €12 million. He stayed at the club for 3 seasons and returned to Panathinaikos in 2009. He won the double on his first season, but his second spell with the club was marked with injuries. He only managed to have a full season on his final year and retired in 2013 at the age of 32. Stelios Venetidis. After the success of 2004 he stayed for 2 more seasons at Olympiacos where he won consecutive doubles. In 2006 he joined Larissa where he stayed until retirement in 2012, winning the Greek Cup once. Nikos Debizas. He didn't play at all during the campaign due to an injury. When the European Championship finished he preferred to stay at Leicester, even though the team was relegated from Premier League. In 2005 at the age of 32 he returned in Greece and joined Larissa where he won the Greek Cup in 2007 and retired from football in 2011. Trianos Delas. The man who sent Greece to the final with his goal against Czech Republic, he stayed at Roma for 1 more season and returned in Athens where he spent 3 more seasons. In summer of 2008 he joined Cypriot club Anorthosis. He helped the team to qualify for the group stage of Champions League, becoming the first club from Cyprus to do so. He returned to EK again where he had 2 more seasons before retirement. Angelos Bassinas. Another important member of the Greek squad. He stayed at Panathinaikos for another 1.5 seasons. In January of 2006 he joined Mallorca where he spent 2.5 seasons in La Liga. After short spells with EK Athens, Portsmouth and Al Avignon he retired in 2011 at the age of 35. Theodoros Zagorakis. The captain of Greece and the best player of the competition. He was already at the age of 32. He left EK Athens after the European Championship for Bologna. After 1 year in Italy he returned in Greece for PAOK for his final 2 seasons. He later served as president of the club as well. Stelios Yiannakopoulos. Yiannakopoulos stayed at Bolton Wanderers until 2008 where he was already one of the most important players of the club. In 2008 he joined another Premier League club, Hull City, but never managed to play regularly. He left in January of 2009 for Larissa and after 1.5 seasons he retired. Angelos Haristias. The man who scored the important goal on the final against Portugal. He stayed at Verda for 6 more months and joined Ajax in January. He stayed for 1.5 seasons and joined fierce rival Feyenoord. After 1 season he returned in Germany where he had spells with Nürnberg, Leverkusen, and Schalke. He also had spells with Al Avignon, Panathinaikos in Greece and Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia before retiring at the age of 33 in 2013. Vasilis Tsiatas. Tsiatas was one of the most talented midfielders of his generation. He helped Greece coming from the bench in the majority of the games. He left EK Athens after the final tournament and joined Cologne where he surprisingly retired after a short spell at the age of 32. Dimitris Nikolaidis. Nikolaidis was one of the best strikers of Greece. A serious injury on the previous season prevented him from playing much on the final tournament. Despite Atletico's efforts to offer him an extension to his contract, he surprisingly retired from football and became president of his favorite club EK Athens. Kostas Halkias. One of the backup goalkeepers, he left Panathinaikos after 6 months and joined Premier League side Portsmouth and 1 year after Morthia. He returned in Greece in summer of 2006 for Aris Salonikou, and after 2 successful seasons he joined fierce rivals PAOK, where he stayed for 4 seasons until retirement in 2012. In 2016 he surprisingly returned in action and signed for Greek club Panathinaiki, where he is still active at the age of 43. Panos Katerianakis. The other backup goalkeeper of Greece, he left Olympiacos after the European Championship and joined Italian club Cagliari. After 6 successful months he joined Sevilla, but his playing time was limited. He returned in Greece in 2005 for Iraklis and later joined Gavella, where he retired in 2011. Takis Fissas. Another valuable member of the Greek squad. He stayed with Benfica for 1 more season, winning the championship. He later joined Scottish club Hearts, where he helped the team to win 1 Scottish Cup and qualify for Champions League. In 2007 he returned to Panathinaikos and retired just after a year at the age of 35. Zisis Vrizis. His goal against Russia sent Greece to the quarter-finals. After the European Championship he joined Celta Vigo on loan from Fiorentina. He later joined Torino and in summer of 2006 joined one of his former clubs, Xanthi. His final year was spent at PAOK, which was his childhood club and one of the most significant part of his career during the late 1990s. Pantelis Kefas. He stayed for 2 more seasons at Olympiacos, winning 2 consecutive Greek doubles. He joined AEK Athens in 2006, where he would stay until 2012, helping the team to win the Greek Cup in 2011. He finally retired from football at the age of 35 in 2013 after a short spell at Viria. Georgios Georgiadis. He was already at the age of 32 when the finals of 2004 took place. He stayed for 1 more season at Olympiacos and won the Greek double. He later joined Iraklis and his final 1.5 season was spent at one of his former clubs, PAOK, where he retired in 2008. Yannis Koumas. After the European Championship he stayed at Panathinaikos until 2009, where he retired from football at the age of 34, becoming one of the few players of his generation who played for just 1 club. Currently he is the head coach of under-19 Greek national team. Mihalis Kapsis. His partnership on the centre of defence with Delis was more than important for Greece during the whole campaign. After the Euro, he left AEK Athens for Bordeaux, but after 1 year he returned in Greece for Olympiacos, where he won the Greek double on his sole season. He then signed for Apol in Cyprus, where he won both the cup and championship. His career finished in 2011 after spells at Levadiakos and boyhood club Ethnikos Piraeus. Georgios Karagounis. Possibly the hottest name for Greece at that period, Karagounis stayed at Inter for 1 more season and won the Italian Cup. He then joined Benfica for 2 seasons and returned at his favourite Panathinaikos, where he stayed until 2012, winning the Greek double in 2010. His final 2 years were spent with Fulham, retiring from football in 2014 at the age of 37. His final act was at the World Cup of 2014, where he played in all 4 games that Greece had. Kostas Katsouranis. He stayed for 2 more seasons at AEK Athens and then joined Benfica, where he won the Portuguese Cup in 2009. He then joined Panathinaikos, where he won the Greek double in 2010, and in January of 2013 joined PAOK, where he stayed until summer of 2014. His final spells were spent at Indian club Pune and Atromitos before retiring in 2015 at the age of 36. Dimitris Papadopoulos. The youngest player of the squad, he stayed at Panathinaikos until 2008. He then played for 9 clubs until his retirement in 2017, including a spell at Dinamo Zagreb, where he won the championship, and spells at Lecce, Celta Vigo, and PAOK. Vasilis Lakis. He left AEK Athens after the Euro and joined Premier League side Crystal Palace. He stayed for just 1 season and returned at AEK. He stayed for 2 more seasons and then joined PAOK Salonika for another 2 years. His final year was spent at Gavella and retired in 2010 at the age of 35. Who do you think had the best career after the end of the European Championship, and who do you think was the most valuable player of Greece on this great achievement? Tell us your opinions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.